as we talk about the household and healthy homes, what has to be present in every aspect of the home is honor. If you're taking notes, write this down. You must have honor in every relationship in your home at every point in turn. It's not the only building block for a healthy home, but if you do not have this building block, you do not have a healthy home. As it pertains to children and parents, what we need to know is this, is that honor, it is a key that unlocks inheritance. Honor and humility and coming humbly to learn and to obey instruction, honor, it is a key that unlocks spiritual inheritance. This is how God designed it to be. We see in Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, Moses is writing these commands and he says this, he says, honor your father and mother so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving to you, the promised land, the land of inheritance. When you honor your father and mother, it goes well with you in the land of inheritance. Paul picks this up in Ephesians chapter 6, verses 1-3. He says this furthermore. He says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise. What's the promise? So that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. Honor is not something that never stops. When you are a child in your parents' home, meaning they are paid, if you're like, am I a child? If they're paying your bills and buying your food, I'm not gonna put an age on it. I'm saying if that is you, you are a child in your parents. I have to say this now because we have a failure to launch. I can't go there. If you are dependent on your parents to live and survive, the Bible would say the way in which you express honor is through obedience. Obedience is not honor. Obedience is an expression of honor, and it's the right kind of expression for a child in a parent's home. As you grow up, it doesn't mean when I grow up and I'm in my own house and I'm living my own life, now I don't have to honor my parents anymore. No, honor never stops because honor, it unlocks inheritance, and inheritance flows from our lives every single day and year as we go. The expression of honor might look different. You might be here and you might be an adult son living on your own and you're still called to honor your mother. I love the picture that Jesus and Mary, his mother. How does a son honor his mother when she is getting older in age and he is on his own? Through protection, from watching out for her interest. Perhaps your father has gone on to be with the Lord, or perhaps he's not in the picture and you have a space where God's grace fills that space and you honor your mother by protecting her and watching out for her. Daughters, you honor your mother through care and thoughtfulness. Send her a text. Let her know you're praying for her. Hey, I'm thinking about you today. Sons, we honor our fathers by partnering with them in the purposes of God that they have for us. As we lead our own individual homes, we partner alongside them and build something beautiful together. We honor. Ladies, you honor your father through admiration. Text him on his birthday, through Christmas. Hey, I was thinking about you. I just want to honor what I see as honorable. Honor never stops. This is God's design for children and for parents, that we honor what is honorable and we forgive what is not, because our parents are not perfect. And they need our forgiveness and our grace just as much as they give that to us. Now, that's God's design, God's grace. Perhaps you're here and you're saying, Tyler, I didn't have a dad in my life. I didn't have a mom in my life. Or I did and they were ungodly, even abusive. It was difficult for me to even honor them because of all the brokenness that that was present in their life, but what they caused in my life. I just want to say that you cannot give what you do not have. My father, he grew up in New York, and I didn't know my grandfather. All I know is that he was an abuser and a drunk, and the only memory that I have of him is a picture of him and my dad and my uncle, and I think he might have held me when I was maybe 9 months. That was who fathered my father for the first 18 years of his life. My dad would sleep on park benches because he didn't want to go home. And then when I come into the world, all I see is the love of a father who instructs me. If you said, Tyler, name one thing about your father, I go, he prioritized Jesus, his wife, and his kids beautifully. Where did that come from? He could not give what had not been given to him. So where'd he go? When he gave his life to Jesus, he didn't just all of a sudden know how to be a dad, but he gave his life not just to Jesus, but in service to the church. And in the house of God, fathers came around him, spiritual fathers, and they taught him how to be a father. So that now my inheritance, as I honor him, is one of, I don't know what it's like to grow up in a broken, fatherless home, but he did. If you're here today and you're saying, I did not have a dad, what I want to say to you, this room is filled with spiritual fathers and mothers. The way in which you access that, you go to them, and what I do is when I look at a man and I see fruit in his life that I like, he's got a phenomenal marriage, married to the same woman for 50 years, or he's a phenomenal master of his finances, or perhaps it's with his kids, I go to him. I don't go to him and say, teach me everything you know. I just go, hey, this fruit in your life, I want to honor that. Would you teach me? Practically, I go, can I buy you a steak dinner and ask you 21 questions? Who says no to that? I have many spiritual fathers who are teaching me how to humbly approach life, and this is what happens. Honor is a key that unlocks inheritance, and you are able to have it. Don't use the excuse of, I didn't have a dad. My dad could have used that excuse, and instead, he came with humility to men who came around him and poured into his life. Honor is a key that unlocks inheritance, and you're not too far gone to receive it. All right, I want to stay here forever, but I got to move.